Poke have, or rather the POS 5 LC is their favorite right now, of course, on the side of Mystique. You tell me though, John, like, is this enough for Mystique? Do you think Poke might still have this one in the back? In fact, hold that thought, because we are going to have a very early engagement. Ray's going to cop an arrow right to the backside here from Run Through Dell, and it seems like Ray, he's going to get completely blocked off. Poke, they will secure first blood here for them. Ember, V will take it. You were saying, Jonathan, do you like Mystique?
Indeed. Again, there's always still this question mark on Lanfe and how much he can do in that Faceless Void. You've got the kisses ready here on NG as well. So one opportunity to just lock one here down from decent range. You've got the damage to kill. Aaron's trying to find something here.
They are. DQQ still okay. In fact, they'll just turn right back onto Ranthu Dow, and now Aaron's in trouble. Kisses will fly in. They will not land. It will be cancelled off, but you've got another Scatter Blast in 5, and you don't even need it. NJ's just got the right-click damage. That's a double kill for the offlane Snapfire. Lunfer!
Oh,
I
no.
mean, look, I know you had Time Walk Lunfer, but there's so much burst damage with these two.
He was just kind of chasing around and managed to get the kill off the back of it. Like, we're seeing V trying to make space across the map, but it doesn't feel worthwhile when you're rotating on a support. You know, this is a support LC you're trying to gank up. And yeah, your objective is that tower, but every time you show up on the Ember, you just have a threat on mid. They do at least find Rubik up top here.
They're trying for more. They'd love the Snapfire. It's a much bigger kill here onto NJ, but the problem is he can always just cookie out of there, and well, that's exactly what he does. In fact, now the kiss is the turnaround onto Aaron. It's not enough damage yet. He's trying for the Scatter Blast. Eventually, he will just find the kill, and that's a mega kill streak now to the way of NJ. So sure, he does need to commit these kisses.
And that's a much bigger objective for Mystique to find here.
That it certainly is. Gonna open up the map here on the far end of things. Hope need to pay. Oh, hold on a minute. NJ top lane. That's a big kill if they can find it. NJ gonna try and go for a run. Is still very tanky on that Snapfire. Doesn't have Cookie to throw out though, so he's in a lot of danger here as he's gonna try for a TP. Wishful thinking though. He will just drop. Not much he could have done about it. And hell, even mid lane, they found zone while that was happening. So to
drag so many heroes in. And it's just space that Mystique is using a lot better. Like, this Lark is still going to be an issue. With a Echo Saber and Hand of Midas up, you can just run down heroes, get a lot of stacks up and running, and just find some nice, easy kills.
Off lane, NJ again being caught out on the Snapfire is just going to melt. Be able to pick up his 4th kill of the game on the Ember. I do agree with your point, because the fights are generally pretty drawn out as well, so the Slark is going to have a fantastic time getting all these Essence Shift stacks going his way throughout these fights. I just wonder at what point he starts joining the team, because he's got the Echo up. Do you think this is around the time they might group up and try to fight? As well, top lane, they'll lose Ray as well. These kind of situations just feel like they could be turned quite easily by the side of Mystique, but they just aren't grouping up yet.
No, they're just much more trying to work the map, and I think it's all right to wait for these major item spikes. Like, the blink on Ray is going to be big. The Bloodstone being up on zone. He's out of mana for this kind of play, though.
They're going to find the Rubik. DQQ now to drop. Rotations incoming. Looks like Zone wants to keep the fight going on the left track, but he's completely surrounded now. Even more TPs incoming. Zone's still a very tanky target. Will be able to run his way out for now. Meanwhile, a duel has been committed onto the clockwork, and they will find that one. Aaron, he is going to drop. Here comes Lunfer, however. He does have Chrono in a few seconds. He just needs the time. Back Zone. Zone is just going to melt without it. They don't even need it. It's NJ. NJ will run his way out for now, but V is on the chase with a Greater. Killer's going to try and turn this one around, but can't do it on his own. He needs to get the hell out of there. And he will. In the meantime, Aaron, he's going to find DQQ on that Rubik, but another remnant away, and now the Chrono. Lunfer's there. He has found 3 targets, but they want the Leshrac. So he is still alive. The press the attack will save the day as they go for more. Lunfer's been caught. I take what I said back, John. This LC is mine. He still has to, offer space to his Void as well. And speaking of the Void, Lunfer gonna barely avoid that split earth. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Aaron trying to make his own run away, but NJ. Oh, nice hook shot from Aaron. Gonna juke out for now. Kisses. Oh, it's gonna give the vision. They are gonna get the vision of the tree line. No TP away. Hookshot is stolen once again. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to try onto zone. They'll commit a chrono for this, and it seems like it should be enough. And it will be. But you have
And
to
they find a
commit
bigger
so much
trade.
for that.
It's worthwhile. You find a pretty big here in that last track number 2.
Certainly is. Certainly is impressive. Poke. 5k behind now. Bottom lane. They're going to find Aaron, or rather NJ is going to be found out. Ray is there to help. And now the hook
with the
shot.
hook.
Back the way of run through down, but have they gone too far? Counter hook shot from Aaron. Going to catch the Rubik. A cookie away. It is not going to be enough. Poke. They should be able to punish quite nicely here as they do chase down NJ. Another press the attack though. Going to make sure he does remain alive for now. In comes Lunfer. The whole cavalry is here. Just chasing one Snapfire. He's going to try for the TP away, but it's not going to be enough. Whew. That was way too close for comfort. Had that TP gone through, that would have been the most...
Surely, once you have the blood torn up, Mims joins in, right? That's the moment where Slark surely takes more activity here and wins even more.
There's a bit of activity. He's just going after some Spiderlings. Killer will give a couple away. Hookshot is there onto the Slark, but again, press the attack, and now the duel out. The hold down Killer. They might... No, in fact, it was the Clockwork. The Clockwork was the one being dueled, and now can just get straight to work, but he does back off for now as Lunfer does have Chrono up. Zone though, he's going to move in, trying to bait out that Chrono. Lunfer, he'll pop his BKB, still going after Zone. There's your Chrono now committed. Does the Slark want to move back in? It does seem like he does. They don't have the damage. Zone, but it was perfect. In fact, NJ gonna get caught. Guiding Greaves off the chains. Does get rid of all the Spiderlings. We'll be fine for now. In fact, there goes MMM, moving right in. They've got a duel out as well. Chrono's been committed though. They've got Ray down. The Broodmother will drop with him. Can they get the Slark? MMM, he's just so massive.
Oh my god.
He's not dying. And in the meantime, Zone and NJ were just annihilating everyone else. They did no damage.
It's a lot to go through. He's more than ready to fight back. He's got protection with his own BKB. This Scotty from Lawnford could help the cause. He's in a bit of a dicey position here, though. He's under vision.
He was under vision. They know his invis there somewhere, and there's the Split Earth to come out. BKB forced. Lunfer has Chrono in 10. He's going to try and just man fight through this, but the BKB's about to wear off. He'll go towards the south with the Time Walk. Does have TP available, and they may have just assumed he used it. Instead, towards the left side, run through Dow in massive trouble. Is going to drop on the Mirana. Here comes Lunfer again. Looks like V will find DQQ on the Rubik. It's not that bad of a team fight so far, but they've lost all their BKBs. In goes the Chrono. Not quite Lunfer. He's going to hold out for now. Zone will just move in again. Onto V, finding the Ember. We'll cancel the TP. Now M's going to move in. Onto that Void. He just melts. Lunfer cannot survive through it. Killer's going to try to run out of here. But he is not looking like a killer himself here, John.
As this game goes on, because the line of Mystique, it's just a beautiful draft and beautiful execution here.
Here we go. There is a smoke out. Poke, they're going to try and poke their way into the Roshan pit. Make sure that cannot happen. Problem is, though, you are going to lose your main source of vision, which is the Clockwork, being pounced up a second time. Chrono's out. They've got the Slark. Press the attack, though. Going to heal him up just a little bit. Is it going to be enough? It doesn't seem like it. They've got the Slark down. Lunfer finding exactly what they needed. We'll move on to NJ. Really wanting that Snapfire. Though NJ, he's quite tanky. He'll just move around with the cookie. He's going to be okay. Even the root out from the Rod of Atos, but still the chase is ongoing. NJ still tanking through it, so Zone can move in on that Leshrac. Still somehow alive. Finally does end up dropping on the snap, but Zone, he'll just keep going. Lunfer playing around with the Time Walk and the reverse Time Walk will keep chasing them down. Who are they aiming? It looks like they really want DQQ on the Rubik, but he's got Time Walk himself. He'll just get his way out of there. Lunfer is trying to chase, but Rubik is just so effective. It won't matter though. Lunfer eventually able to find him with the time dilation. Will make sure he cannot Time Walk away. And Mystique might shadow out Pope. Try and move their way in, but it seems like it has been spotted here by Mystique. So NJ, he's still a pretty big target if they can start with him. Chrono's out. They caught Zone. They've got the Leshrac. Cookie is not going to help him out, so the damage output, it will go right through Zone. That's a fantastic start here for Poke. They'll go on to NJ as well. Here comes MMM to try and help out on the Slark, but they're just completely ignoring him. Still going after NJ, but the Ashen Stiff, it's going to start stacking up as they do move in once again. Complete chaos here in the mid lane, as somehow NJ is still alive. In goes the Slark once again. Aaron is going to melt to the damage output, but Lunfer is going to try and take this Slark down, and they've got him. They eventually get it done. As NJ still trying to fight. Arrow is not going to land. He will run. but the rest of his team just completely melts in front of his eyes. And I'll tell you, it's starting to feel like coming in for the Slark with that refresher orb. Problem is Poke now, feeling confident with the Aegis though. Moonlight Shadow up with the smoke. Rocket Flare will give the vision on the side of Mystique and they'll just jump right in. V, Gleipnir, it's going to hold down a couple. Looks like they'll go for the duel out, but that's going to be an immediate loss out, it seems, for the LC. In fact, it does wear off before they win. But regardless, they've got the target they wanted to start with. Onto MJ they go. They know the Rubik's on the high ground. They'll chrono just in case they need it. Make sure there is no messing around. And that's 3 down immediately for Mystique.
And that's more than enough for them to...
Barely avoided there by NJ. Lunfer still waiting for that first chrono to be back up, I think. Just wants to have the double available for this team fight, because if they do win it out, they'll just win the game and in they jump. They want NJ. The Snapfire is such a big target, but the 4-stop's going to allow her to get away as now they make the jump in onto Ray instead. There goes your LC. V will move in onto the Snapfire. They'll have NJ as well. No buyback available on the Snap, as the Slark is still trying to dance around, but Lunfer is proving to be a real menace. Onto the tier 4 towers they go. How do you stop this? They need zone up. He's 5 seconds away, but if he dies, he's 200 gold short of buyback. So close yet so far. They've got to jump in. Tier 4s are under siege. I don't think they're planning to back off here. Ray, unable to get in range, and now the chrono. He's caught 3 targets and they've got zone. That's your Leshrac gone. That's GG. It has to be it. Secondary chrono is there. They've got the Slark. It's all over. GG. And that is what you call a very rough loss here for Mystique.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. They had such a strong early game. They took away this impact coming out front the creep wave himself. So he's also kind of holding off the farm here from Lunfer at least. And it's one thing when you're trading farm is the Drow versus the Void. The Drow can farm a lot faster early on if it is allowed to.
Oh, speaking of that Drow, current chase going on. M's been caught out. They get the kill. That's a big problem. That is a big, big problem here for Mystique. You can't have that happen. Not with a lane like this.
No. And just kind of run from there.
Yep.
That does give a little bit of a top-up. I'm surprised comes into top-up zone, though.
I was about to say the same thing. It's actually the Drow who comes in to fill up the bottle for the task. Top lane, of course, there was a bit of action breaking up, but NJ's fine. In fact, never mind. He rotates. All right, that's something you don't get to see very often. Still going. Aaron just rolled in to try and help out and get some form of a trade, but he's just going to feed his own life away. That's a very unique interaction. You pointed it out. Like, why is this Drow going mid to fill up a bottle?
Drow's still slightly behind. Mind you, you're not running away on Lunfer here, at least.
NJ, he does find himself a Snapfire, but the help is right behind. Still, the snowball is in. Zone going to try and set up, but they've got Aaron instead. Aaron, he's going to jump out. He rolls right away as they've got the axe held down again. NJ still surviving. Meanwhile, the Tusk has been doomed up. Aaron does drop for this, but they found a great trade for it. MJ, he does at least get a Culling Blade off onto the Mirana. It doesn't seem like Poke can really deal with the damage output, but no, they can. V's got plenty of burst with the cookie into the Scatter Blast. Oh, it's such a tough fight.
Engaging. I think it's much more pick-off-ish on the side of Mystique, or just big calls, which is easier said than done to find.
Oh, not
Poke,
NJ again.
7 to 9. Oh boy.
Oh, jump bot lane. NJ's about to explode, honestly. I would be so mad right now. As an axe spammer, I would be so mad. And he is gone again. Poke, this is fantastic gameplay. Well, they do lose kill in the meantime. But this is really fantastic, because the axe was the saving grace of this game. And he's just got no game left.
Yeah, his timings are a little bit off now. He's going towards BKB. Mind you, when they killed off Ardoom, they did force the BKB charge. Although,
Arrow.
Nice kickback.
Back. He's doing perfectly, this Earth Spirit. Aaron playing very well with his team. And as I said, I think this one really hurts for this axe, right? Like, because you had the timing so perfect. And everything just went wrong as soon as you got that blade mail up.
Yeah, I mean, they go for a smoke play. It's broken by Ranfu. They get one call on V. The spacing from the side of Poke is just really disciplined. They're getting themselves out in a good spot. They're ensuring that they're not caught by multi-man calls. They'll find a Mirana, not the biggest kill in the world. And that's still something to help accelerate this BKB for zone, which is really important. It's just, as the game scales on, these BKBs, they don't feel amazing.
Aaron trying to set up. Gobble Up is off the mark. Ray, he's going to be okay for now, but in comes Killer to try and help out, though. NJ with a very nice call. May have turned this one around, and it looks like he has. NJ, he'll pick up a double here on the Axe. That's a classic Earth Spirit player problem, John. You just kind of roll in when you see a hero and need it just a minute ago. Now finally catching them. Thing is, Lunfer is still freely farming, and there we go, John, smoke up. They're going to move in with the Void this time around, trying to find themselves some nice trades. Zone's going to be around, DQQ is there as well. Killer will just go right in for the Doom. Arrow's going to set up onto the Tusk, and Aaron, he will still catch DQQ in the backside. There's just no way out. Killer with the double as they go for more. Keep in mind, Chrono's available, so NJ could be in massive trouble. Lunfer having a look for a bit more, won't be able to catch the Drow, but Aaron will. Perfect rollout, and now Lunfer can move in for the Chrono. They'll go onto the Axe first, trying to burst him down with the Soul Rip. Gonna buy a bit of time. NJ is gonna remain alive, and so will the Drow. As Ray is running, Runfu will be the one to get caught. Killer, even sharded up right now, will try to move back in onto Ray, but it looks like he's gonna give his own life away for this. Aaron still trying. NJ does finally drop, but he will give his own life away on the Earth Spirit. In for more they go. They'll find V on the Snapfire. And there is no saving V. Forced to go down. Mystique. They've got to be happy with this, John, though. I might add, I feel like aiming for that Axe in the Chrono.
On the Battle Hunger, he's going to have a lot of impact out as well with the Berserker's Call. Find more.
They do mid lane. Ranfu gonna try and get his way out of there, but NJ's on the chase. Killer gonna be around to help out. They did actually use the Culling Blade, but it doesn't end up being enough, as it seems like they've overextended. Once again. And they dropped a lot for that. Even the Tombstone being farmed up by V. Sad part was you had the big counter smoke now activated. Keep in mind, Chrono is available with the Kisses, so it could be a terrible team fight for Mystique if they do get caught out. It's up to NJ to get the initiation off. Killer does get spotted. He'll go for the call immediately, but they do have the backup here for the Doom as Lunfer is moving in. Who have they got? It looks like NJ is gone immediately. This is not the team fight they wanted. Lunfer's looking for the Drow, but can't find her yet. Instead, they'll go after Ray on the Undying. Meanwhile, Doom's been stolen. They'll throw it back on Killer. Gus will land onto the Void. He could knock Chrono in time. M's trying to burst him down, but Aaron, he's going to save the day by a bit of time, but the Snowball is out as well. Lunfer, he's forced the Chrono up. It's on the Drow. It's only the Drow left. Zone is still trying, but it's not going to be enough. It was so close to being a turnaround team fight here for Mystique, but not quite enough as Poke able to win it out. NJ very confident at this top lane. Does have his team now behind him. Lunfer threatening with the Chrono. Killer has Doom back up as well. They're going to jump in. Doom is committed. B is there to back him up. This is your Axe being caught out. Zone, he's going to try and move in and help, but Lunfer, he's got the Chrono again. He's found the Drow. That's the target they wanted, but do they have the follow-up damage? Is still running. 4 staff away. Lunfer on the chase. They've got him. That's the Aegis down. You're going to give up Killer for that. A nice gobble up means Ray is set to fall and should die, but Soul Rip is there to keep him alive. Meanwhile, is in trouble. They've got the Drow. They'll even lose the Undying. 4 for the price of 1. Well, rather 2, because you did buy back on Aaron.
You're hitting these level spikes now as well, Mike, where the V is about to hit level 20 and he has the Crystallis up. He's going for the Daedalus. He hits level 20, you're going to have even more damage in the Chrono outside of Kisses. You're not going to be constrained to just the Kisses.
Top lane. Well, they are at least going to find Aaron. They will miss the Culling Blade once again, just barely off the damage threshold they needed, so bonus armor here for NJ. Meanwhile, Killer even going to die mid lane. Or rather, Zone, excuse me. Killer the one to secure the kill as they are chasing down now. Killer has the blink up if he wants to make the move in, and does do so. The Drow sticking around for that triangle farm, but Lunfer is there to back them up with the damage output, and is just gone. They are falling apart once again. It's been a much harder second game here for Mystique.
That physical scaling Snapfire, which is good to see because you've got the Void to scale up with, right? You've got that Chrono to help you lock in these targets. And they catch up.
That's a great target. That's the target you wanted this whole time, but he can't get it off.
No.
He can't get the culling blade. It was still on cooldown. Oh no. It was on cooldown, John. He missed it just a moment ago. Upper top lane, so he didn't have it.
Yeah.
He's been leave it for now. There is going to be one TP rotation in from zone. Everyone else is missing off the map here from Mystique, so they are being extremely cautious, though. Killer is going to break the smoke onto the Undying. He'll make the jump in immediately. Snowball's not going to help out too much. Ray should die here on the Undying, and eventually will do so. Meanwhile, NJ, he went for a call, but he only found Aaron, so the chase is on now for that axe. He'll BKB up, but the Doom is out immediately. They are giving no chances here for this axe, or are they? He still runs, but the roll's on target. Aaron going to make sure he sets up perfectly. His zone's going to try and move in, but he's been caught out now with the Gobbler play. This is not the fight they wanted. They even bought back. There's a nice call on the backside. They caught the tusk, but that's about all they've got right now. Lundberg's going for the man fight, and he's got it. Zone at least able to take down the Void. So it looks like Mystique, they do successfully turn this team fight around. Start with, and he gets the roll away. The call still landed, but it won't matter. He gets his BKB off, and now Poke, they want to try and force his fight. MJ forced the BKB himself, but there's your Doom out. Poke, do they want to keep this up? Unfair, he's thinking about it. Kiss is there, but the nice lift away still in. Killer goes on the Doom. He is completely on his own, however. Where's the backup? There's your Chrono, but they have not caught the Drow. They have not got the Drown, that Chrono. Lundberg is still trying, but he won't have the follow-up damage, and that does mean Poke need to run. This is not the fight any longer. They do catch out Run Fu Dao. They'll find another. Mystique, able to find 2 for nothing. And just very conservative gameplay from Poke to not jump. You are still up against an Axe Drow, so it can still be very scary to play into.
It can be pretty tough. They are lining up here. They know their camps are cleared out.
Aaron rolling on his own. No BKB up. We'll just get Walrus punched and is gone. Zone. He's going to try and TP, or rather just walk away. Meanwhile, Ray is being hunted here by Killer, but that's going to be the full BKB duration. Gone on Killer for this. Meanwhile, Chrono not going to be expended, but they do force NJ's own BKBs. He will chase down Aaron. A call is out. They've caught the Void, but NJ has no backup at the moment. They've all gotten out of there. Still looking for the Drow is Lundberg, but he can't find him. Onto zone they go instead. There's another Doom out here from Killer. Great gobble up play, catching out the Rubik as well. 4 down for the side of Mystique. Oh, and Lundberg. He was so close to finding that Drow Ranger, but not close enough.
Approaching the point where once this Snapfire hits level 25 talent here, Mike, you hit the 3-man Chrono, you get a little Shutter off. These heroes are, they're just dead. So
that they are.
It's a lot of need some big plays. Oh, there's a big play.
In. NJ, oh, he's gonna find V, misses the culling blade again. Still, the chase is on now. NJ may have given his own life away for this. His team is incoming to try and help out, but he is just trapped up and dead. DQ couldn't get in for the lift in time, instead going on to Killer, but Killer's just going to happily jump back in onto the Rubik as Lundberg. He has found only the Undying. Nice 4-star away from, or rather a blink away. Now he will 4-star away from Lundberg, but the chase is on. They want that Drow so darn bad. Still the Shadow Blade allowing him the time with the Manta to walk away from this. Is Lundberg now the one that needs to back off? So double refresher, or rather double Doom is up. Scary, scary times. It's a mistake there, trying to wrap around with a smoke rotation. They're going to find out they're in the Radiant Triangle somewhere, but the problem is with these item timings, you do not want to fight right now as Mystique. They're going to try and jump in onto the Earth Spirit, but he has backup right there to heal him up. He's still alive for now. Aaron, he will finally go down. Meanwhile, on the backside, NJ, he does catch out V, but V gets the BKB off and is able to walk away, at least for now, for a little bit longer, as Lundberg is still looking for this Drow Ranger. He can't quite find him, though. Moonlight Shadow was taken, and Mystique, they are running away. The Lundberg, again, on the chase for the Drow, is still looking around, goes for the refresher orb for the added time walk, but never gets the Chrono up. Meanwhile, Zone does pick off V. DQQ does eventually get caught out of the Rubik. So they do find a support for their trouble, but it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Mystique. And again, John, refresher orb was popped by Lundberg because he needed the top. The rest of his team are around, though. They will reveal themselves on this creep wave. He's going to move in. They'll try for the Void, but no, they've caught out the Drow. Nice call, though. Is out from NJ, holding them down in place, but isn't long enough. I don't think it is. There's your Chrono out from Lunfer. He'll hold them all down with the little Shredder to follow up. It is way too much damage. Oh, and a very, very awkward kind of fight now for Mystique. They will try to run. Gobble up will land. They're going to lose zone as well. And that was the one condition. The one condition was do not let the Drow get caught. He's been so good this whole game. Killer. Thinking about just going straight in here on the Doom. He got a whiff of vision. He will find NJ. Zone will be the target, it seems. Lanfer, meanwhile, does make the jump in on the Axe. There's a Cyclone to help out here from the Wind Waker of Eren, and now, while the Axe is completely controlled up, they'll go after Ray instead on the Undying. Ray is completely melting and does go down. Meanwhile, Doom is there onto the actual Doom, but he got his own Doom off, so it's a double Doom on the Doom. A triple Doom, in fact, as they do kill off the Tusk. This is a real problematic team fight, though. Mystique, they are just caught with their pants down. Nothing is working out for them. DQQ still trying to run. NJ, he's going to jump back in, but this is not looking like it would be it. Chrono committed again. More buybacks incoming, but they've lost the Axe already. Lunfer, he'll just keep fighting. He's got another Chrono up. He's refreshed for this. Eren is still being caught out, but DQQ needs some backup. In goes to try and help out, but Lunfer, he sees the Drow, forcing the 4-stuff back away, but Lunfer's around now. The roll will connect.
Oh.
They know the Drow's there. They've caught him out. This should be a dieback, and it will be. And that might just be it. Tier 4 towers should be the target of Poke. And that it will be. They've played this one perfectly here, John, as a gobble up play into the fountain. Just short of it. Ray, I mean, he's alive, but there's no way he defends on a pos 5 Undying.
Oh no. He's gonna
And here comes the fun. Fountain dive, why the hell not?
Oh,
he's gone.
God.
So sad.
Yeah. GG's called. And it's just like what we said, right? Like, this game was not gonna get any easier for Mystique as time went on. Like, they came out looking all right in lane. They were finding some kills on the kill.